Today I want to talk to you about DJI 3 and specifically a frankly bizarre behaviour that I have found on it. Now, I've done a huge amount of testing on 03 and I hadn't seen this behaviour until today, and I actually think it might be related to the latest firmware and it's probably a bug. Now, this new behaviour is the fact that I can get my 03 system to put its video carrier on 5.2 gigahertz or just under. Now, I do have to do a few things to trigger this. However, it isn't really anything that anyone else wouldn't do in normal use either, especially if they wanted to reset their system back to normal. What we're going to do today is walk you through what I'm doing, what actually happens, and then at the end, I will share with you my thoughts on it. DJI, if you are watching this, I think it is probably a bug, and if you want any more information, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to provide you with info to try and close this one down if it is. Anyway, let's get on with it and let's take a look at what is actually going on. Okay, so just to explain the basics here, the DJI 3 system is a dual band system, but it is primarily designed to work on the 5.8 gigahertz band. For instance, it is capable of transmitting and receiving between sort of 5.7 and 5.9 gigs, as well as on 2.4 gigs. However, the 2.4 gigs is only used for the DJI RC. The video and telemetry for the 03 system should always remain on that 5.7 to 5.9 gigs band area. In testing on the bench today, I've managed to get the 03 system to put its video carrier on 5.195 gigs, or roughly that area, or literally just under 5.2. Now, to do this, I've had to do a few specific steps, and those steps are as follows. I've made sure my system has been unlocked with the ham file, then I've removed the SD card, reset the system fully whilst it's all turned on from the system menu, and then powered it back up. When I power it back up, I'm finding that not always does the video carrier return to the 5.8 gigs band. It sometimes puts the video carrier on 5.2 or 5.195. Now, this is fairly consistent and it isn't every time that it powers back up onto this lower frequency, but it is consistent enough that I've been able to make this video and replicate it multiple times on the bench. What we're going to do next is hop over to the desktop. We're going to look at it on the spectrum analyzer and actually show you this behavior in real time. Okay, now just to demonstrate, what we've got here is the 03 air unit connected to a flight controller. That just gives me control over the unit via MSP, just like it does in your quad. And then we've got the antenna, and this coax coming in here next to the antenna is heading off to my spectrum analyzer, and that's what's allowing me to measure the signal directly. Now, the reason I don't use an antenna on the spectrum analyzer is it just helps keep the RF down in my garage rather than it just pick up everything with an antenna on board, but that's why I've got it so close. What you have on the screen is my 03 system being picked up by my spectrum analyzer. Here you have the 03 video carrier, which is this large mass there. You have the 03 air unit telemetry carriers, which is this one here and that one there, which is bouncing around. That is the tallest one you can see jumping around. And then you have the goggle carriers, that are these little ones down here bouncing around, and they go from the goggles to the air unit. Just to demonstrate the different carriers again, the first thing I will do is bring the goggles in closer to the analyzer. That way you will see those little carriers increase in height, and you can see that they've gone up there. And then if I move the goggles away, you can see that those carriers go down. If I then arm the flight controller, you will see the 03 video carrier kick into its full mass, which is this one here. And then if I disarm, you will see that go back down to its normal size once it kicks off and disarms. And then you have those telemetry carriers, these ones here and this one here, from the air unit to the goggles bouncing back and forth. That one doesn't change size when it's armed. It's simply always there moving around. Now, to demonstrate this strange behavior, what I'm going to do now is reboot the air unit. What I have done is reset the goggles and the air unit before putting it on, But as I have not powered down, nothing has changed. What will happen though is when I reboot the ear unit, we will see the carriers for the goggles to the ear unit and the ear unit to the goggles for the telemetry reappear, but the video carrier won't. So if I power down, we'll wait, you'll see that first of all, the video carrier disappears and then the goggles turns down as well. The goggles do not transmit when the ear unit is not transmitting, hence the reason it's gone clear. If I now power the O3 ear unit back on, we will wait for it to connect. It'll do its handshake and then we will observe what the behavior is. You can now see the carriers kicking in. That's the video carrier there kicking in for a second, but that's now vanished and we've got the telemetry carriers on the band, but the video carrier has disappeared. Again, these smaller carriers down here are the goggles telemetry carriers, and this bigger carrier is the ear unit to goggle telemetry carrier, but the video carrier has vanished. Now, if we scroll down the band and take a look, and if I scroll down to 5.432 and we go down a little bit further to 5.18 gigahertz, and if we go to 5.19, you will see that the video carrier is down here. If I just click on the center frequency there, you can see it's 5.190.65 roughly megahertz or 5.190 gigahertz. Now, just to prove that is the video carrier, what I'm going to do now is arm, and we'll wait a second and you will see that it kicks up to that increased RF power output. And then if I disarm, it then drops back down to that lower RF output. Again, this is exactly the same switching behavior that we see on O3 in normal operating practice. However, what is frankly bizarre here is the fact that it has jumped down to 5.190 gigahertz. Now, if I at this point put it into the manual channel mode, it will instantly kick itself back to the correct band. It will instantly kick itself back to the 5.8 gig band and put the carrier back where it should be with the other ones. So just to demonstrate that, I'll go into the goggles, we'll go into the RF settings under transmission, and then I'll change it from auto to manual, and boom, that carrier disappears. And then if I scroll back up, we'll start to get to the point we need to be, and there, scroll a bit more, there, you can see we've got our video carrier again, and then our telemetry carriers around it. If I go back to auto, now it will stay up here where it should be. It won't vanish or disappear. However, if I reboot the ear unit again, it will do the same thing. So if I turn the ear unit off, we'll wait a second for everything to kick down and power down. And then if I turn the ear unit back on and wait for it to power up, we'll see it do that exact same thing as it did before. So we'll see the carriers communicate. We'll see that video carrier kick in initially again, which was by here somewhere. Wait for it. We'll wait a second. There it was. And then this time it's kicked back here. But if I randomly just reboot, it will just do what it wants. So again, if I now power down, power off, power back on, wait for it to kick in, and this time it may decide to go down to that lower frequency, well below what we would expect it to do. And there, this time you can see it has vanished again. And if I now just scroll all the way back down, and boom, down to 5.195, the carrier is back and it's down there. Now, I've done a bunch of testing on this, and the issue definitely seems specifically related to the O3 ear unit with the goggles too. I cannot make this happen on the V2 goggles. No matter what I do with the O3, it's fine. However, instantly I can replicate it on the goggles too. I've also tried refreshing the firmware on my goggles too, and again, it is exactly the same. It doesn't change nothing, and this leads me to think that it is a bug in the firmware with the goggles 2 and 03 specifically. Now, this is a frankly bizarre issue. I have to say this is also now, in my opinion, quite a serious bug, because the reality is the O3 system is jumping out of band. It is jumping out of band into a frequency that our antennas will not be tuned for, and its behavior is also outside what we would have expected the system to do, and really not even sure myself if it's in its compliance band either. What is interesting about this, though, is it isn't a frequency that is particularly unheard of in DJI systems. For instance, whilst O3 shows the frequency band sort of between 5.7 and 5.9 gigs, the DJI transmission system shows the frequency band in that same area, but it also allows it to go down to 5.1 or 5.2 gigs as well. The O3 system is all based off DJI's digital wireless technology, just like DJI transmission. It's all the same core system, it's just different implementations, and it seems something is going on here with O3, with the goggles 2 specifically, that is allowing it to go to this lower frequency band. I can also say I did not observe this behavior on earlier firmware. I have only seen this on the latest firmware that I'm running here. This is the current public release, no betas, no anything else like that. I've refreshed the firmware on my goggles, I've refreshed it on this ear unit, I've tested it on multiple ear units. It's definitely something the system wants to do, and it thinks it's normal at this moment in time, jumping down to that 5.195 gigahertz. As I've said, I think this is a pretty serious issue. Now, as for what you can do about this, well, right now, my only advice is, if you're afraid of this happening, put your system in manual channel mode and it will be absolutely fine. I have only observed this in auto. It only seems to happen in auto, and if you actually put it in manual, then back to auto, it should stay on the proper band and it should not jump down to this much lower frequency. Now, I want to say, DJI, if you are watching this, if you want to reach out to me, I'm more than happy to provide any information you might want from me. It does appear to be there is a bug in this system, and it is quite a serious one nonetheless as well. The very fact that it's jumping out of band is going to cause some issues, and it could be the reason some people are seeing very different behavior from their O3 system compared to others, because reality is that band is not going to be in a tuned antenna area. I doubt the antennas it's supplied with are tuned in that area, and you're even putting the power amps under pressure, or at least you're going to be stressing them as a result of the SWR and things like that being incorrect as well. Now, one last thing I just want to mention, the spectrum analyzer I used in this video is the Aronia Spectrum V6. I always get a lot of questions when I make a video like this about what the spectrum analyzer is that I'm using. This is a high-end 6 GHz spectrum analyzer, which allows up to real-time spectrum analysis. It supports many features and capabilities. I do have a dedicated video on this if you're interested in seeing it as well, and I will put a link to it in the description of this video. And if you're interested in getting one, there'll also be a link to Aronia's website as well. Now, I think this is quite a serious bug, and DJI need to resolve this as soon as possible. I'd love to get more data from anyone else out there. If you're someone that has O3 and a set of goggles 2 and access to a spectrum analyzer, the very basics are unlock everything with the ham file, remove the SD card, reset the goggles back to factory, reboot everything, and watch its reboot behavior. You've seen what it does on my spectrum analyzer. Check it out and see if yours is doing it as well. As I've said, my side is doing it on multiple ear units with my goggles 2. There's no reason for me to believe my goggles 2 are faulty. I've refreshed the firmware. I've done everything I can do on this side. But really, it is something that DJI need to address as soon as possible, because not only is the system going to be operating outside of its proper band, the band that it's been certified for. Your antennas are not going to be tuned for that. It's going to be putting stress on the amplifiers running against antennas with very poor SWR, and it's also going to cause users to get very poor performance from their system being well out of the band that much as well. Now, if you're someone who wants to avoid this happening, the very basics are stick your system in manual channel mode. In manual mode, it works fine. It's doing everything correct. I have only observed this in auto. I've only observed this with the latest public firmware as well, which is strange. It seems to be something that changed in that latest firmware release. I was not seeing it in older versions. I do want to do more testing, and I'm going to downgrade my goggles later to actually test it, but here and now I am observing it on the latest firmware. I can't say it isn't on the older firmware versions, but I can't recall seeing that behavior. I can tell you now it's something I would have noticed in my original RF testing. DJI, if you want to reach out to me, I'm more than happy to provide you any information I can on this. If you want to resolve this, you know how to get hold of me, and I'm really interested in hearing your thoughts on this as well. If you're someone who is getting this, if you're someone who wants to know more, please do let me know in the comment section and I will try and answer it. One last thing I want to say on this is that there is a little interesting bit of information that sort of gives us a hint what might be going on. The DJI O3 system is designed to work in that 5.7 to 5.9 gigs band. They do not show a specification for any wider band. However, DJI Transmission does. DJI Transmission is designed to work on the same bands as this, 2.4 gigs, but also that 5.1 or 5.2 gig band as well. And it leads me to think that there's probably a bug in the firmware here that makes it think it's working with the DJI Transmission system. We've seen DJI Transmission being compatible with this off the record. I've seen a video that showed the O3 Air unit working with Transmission, but that is not available to the public yet. And I wonder if there's a quirk in this firmware that is making it think that it is being used with the DJI Transmission system, or at least it thinks it's capable of having that frequency band, and it's pushing the video carrier down to it. In the end, though, it is not desirable behavior for O3, and as a result of that, we do need this fixed. Now, just before I wrap this one up, I just want to say, if you have found this video interesting, please do let me know what you think in the comment section. If you'd like to support the channel to allow us to keep making content like this, please do check out the link in the description to my Patreon. It's only from the support of my patrons I'm able to keep making content on this channel, and if you think we've earned your support today, please do consider checking it out. Anyway, that's it from me. Stay safe. I'll speak to you soon.